The system with Core i9-13900K and GeForce RTX 4090 was taken out in the cold -53°C. The processor was boosted to 6.18 GHz. Last weekend in the city of Mo in northern China turned out to be the coldest in more than half a century. The temperature on the thermometer dropped to -53°C. It would seem that in such weather it is better to spend time at home, but, apparently, not for the computer enthusiast, who has at his disposal the best computer components that are characterized by significant heat generation. A blogger under the pseudonym Makabaka decided to check out what will happen in such a cold weather with a gaming PC based on the most powerful and voracious components of the current generation, the Intel Core i9-13900K processor and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 video card, reports. At first, the idea was tested on a simpler assembly. The Intel LGA 1155 platform was used. The processor temperature under IETA 64 load fluctuated between 1°C and 3°C. Even in this case, the temperature was above 0°C, which means that the Core i9-13900K will not freeze. At normal ambient temperatures, one of the current generation flagships quickly reached a peak temperature in the stress test and began to reset frequencies, even under a 360mm liquid cooling system, after which it was exposed along with the entire assembly to the street, but this ended in failure. The liquid cooling system was not designed for such a temperature and turned into an icicle. The experiment was repeated with air-cooled Noctua NHP1 and a huge number of fans. The processor temperature dropped to 10-15°C, which allowed the full disclosure of Intel Thermal Velocity Boost, TVB, technology. The processor was automatically overclocked to 6.18 GHz. The temperature of the graphics processor of the video card dropped to -40°C in the absence of load. Under load the chip managed to warm up, but its temperature did not exceed 30°C. The assembly potential was fully developed, which allowed the owner to enjoy playing the local equivalent of Minesweeper. The assembly remained in the cold all night and by morning was covered with a crust of ice. It remains to be hoped that the components were not damaged.